Okay, here's the bonus video for this Saturday, and it is a Barnes & Noble haul. And I know this is like so random, but there's one in the general, I'm gonna say general area, it's not that close, that is closing. And so, you know, everything got discounted. Got some good stuff. The first thing I got was this Brain Games book with word searches. I actually do well with word searches, and it's just something to do sometimes. So I went ahead and did a couple of them because this got some stuff already. Oh, I didn't do that one. So I saved this one because it's Simpsons for my husband because he's a Simpsons fan. But like most of them I did already. It was $8 on clearance, but everything was discounted because the store is closing. So, and I picked this one in particular because, let me put you guys on. If you're left-handed, sometimes things that are bound on this side are really hard to get into the corners when you're writing, like right around here. And it's hard to like get in there with your left hand. So anything that's bound, I typically pick up if there's an option. If there's not an option, sometimes I actually won't pick it up at all. But this is a 4 set of sponges that look like tapes. It's by the brand Fred. I love Fred products. They're just the cutest thing ever. And this one is so funny in the front. Let me see. These are the 4 options you can get. Oh, sorry. These are the 4 options you can get. I'm trying to see, so I make sure you're seeing all of them. Yeah. And one of them is so funny. Oh, it says, yeah, it's like right in the front. But this one in the middle says In Sync, like sink spelled like your sink. And then the name of the song is Dry, Dry, Dry. And then the other one is Spring Clean, Greasy Boys, and Sponge and Hoses, Rock and Roll. So I thought this was so cute. And again, everything was like either 30 or 50% off. Or it might have been 40 or 50% off at this point. My husband picked up this horror coloring book. So cute, such a great idea. And he started on it, but I'm not going to show you because who's this made by? It's made by, it says, actually it doesn't say like a distributing company or anything. It just says like who did the artwork for it, but it's like a lot of pages. It's a lot of pages, but I'll show you one of the pages here. Really nice, lots of detailed. And they, you know how like some people wall coloring. I was gonna skip ahead of myself. Coloring enthusiasts sometimes don't like wallpaper type style. This has none of that. So some people who do adult coloring books prefer large scale pictures over repetitive patterns. And what they call repetitive patterns are typically called wallpaper. And I think I have an example so I can show you guys. But yes, we got that. And like I said, that was in the clearance section, but it was an additional 30 to 50% off. I picked up what I thought was the best thing that I've seen in a long time. And it just goes to show you how left-handed people are forgotten about. But it's a coloring book with a spine instead of a bounded spine, I guess you can call it. So I can open it and get the corners. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. You'd be surprised how many coloring books forget me. Or forget left-handed people, and so sometimes I'll just rip the page out. Like I'm not really doing anything with it later anyway. So if I know I'm gonna finish it, I'm just gonna rip the page out. But this one is full of wallpaper. There are almost no pictures. So something like this is what coloring enthusiasts call wallpaper. There's no actual picture here. It is just a pattern repeated. So some people who do coloring don't like that. But I'm not picky, and this one is supposed to be simple 1, 2, 3 in the garden color and frame. So you're supposed to be able to frame these after you finish, and they do have an example of that on the back. I will not be doing that. This is just for my entertainment. Sometimes when I'm like, I can multitask, do that, and like, or say if like it's something on TV that I'm not per se watching, my husband's watching, I'll sit in the room with him and color, but I'm not watching what he's watching. The next thing I got for a coworker, and they had this in Jason Momoa and Keanu Reeves, but I couldn't find either one of those. But the Idris Elba coloring book, and this is by Crush and Color, and it's illustrated by some guy named Maurizio Campidelli. And it says colorful fantasies with the sexiest men ever. It is the funniest thing. And then it has little sayings. I'll show you one page. You guys, this is the funny, and this one is regular $15, but I know so many people who would like this that honestly I would probably repurchase this for other people. Look at that. That is hilarious. So I'm gonna give that to her. I'm not sure if she's a huge coloring person, but I thought it would just be a funny gift. sometimes if I see something that I know somebody will like and it's a good price, I'll pick it up anyways. And if they don't like it, you know, it's not a huge ordeal. Schitt's Creek form. Oh, you can kind of see like my whole messed up desk right there. Okay, so, okay, you can barely see that because of the plastic on it. But it's Monopoly and Schitt's Creek, and oh my gosh. So the collectible tokens, or the pieces that you move around the board, are in Moira's wig, a Rosebud Motel key, Ted the Turtle, David's sunglasses, Patrick's guitar, and Bebe Crow. So if you know, you know. And oh my gosh, this is so funny. So we actually picked this up for someone else, but honestly, it's so funny that I kind of should have got myself one. And they're probably, if they're not closed now, they'd have to be down to bare bones. Because when I took my husband, I went twice. I went once without him and once with him. And when I took my husband, it was getting pretty bare bones. So the next thing we picked up, because we've been watching too much Doctor Who, and this is 8 Christmas crackers. And we're pretty excited about this because it comes with a crown. And there's so many Doctor Who episodes where Christmas is involved that we've seen so many Christmas crackers. And we're not English in the slightest, but, you know, it'll be fun to just have them pop open and one of us wear the crown. The next thing I have is this Disney Dreams Thomas Kincaid Studios 2002 calendar. So first of all, this was already 75% off, and then it was an additional 30 to 50% off. So this was an original $15 and we got it for super cheap. And when we were at the Festival of the Arts this past month, I would say we were there just a month ago, there was a Thomas Kincaid booth, and I'm a huge fan, but realistically, I love Disney, guys, as much as the next Disney lover. I don't want it all over my house. You guys know I'm pretty particular about how boring and plain my house stays. I'm very particular about my house being pretty, like, plain and straightforward. So, while these are cute, I don't want a whole print. I've never wanted a large canvas. The only time that I ever said I would ever think to buy a large Thomas Kincaid canvas was if I decided to do like a Disney office or like one Disney area, which my office is just a amalgamation of like everything I love. So that could very well get a Thomas Kincaid, right? But at this point, I might just frame one of these because they're so cute. And February, it actually doesn't say. It's so nice though, guys. Even the front is so nice. He just does great artwork. And I actually just saw him on QVC. Was that him on QVC that I saw? I think it was him on QVC doing some selling of his products. Isn't that nice? Okay, so I'm gonna open this like right afterwards because that I was holding on to not opening until I showed you guys. The next thing I got was Telestrations, and this looks hilarious. So I've never played this before, but it looks so funny and it looks pretty straightforward. Sometimes when you're teaching people a new game, they like glaze over and like lose focus if it's too many rules. So I figured this was pretty simple and it should be pretty fun. And instead of having paper, I think it has whiteboards, and I have tons of dry erase markers, so this is perfect to add that to the game stash, especially for the price. I did get this from the clearance section, and this was just beautiful letters to color and share. I was really drawn in by the letters, and it's again pretty, I mean, it's not wallpapery, I guess. Let's see. So this is the letter P, and you're supposed to be able to use these to make a banner, but they gave an example at the end and where they made a banner that says it's a boy, but at the same time, I just kind of feel like the letters are way too different style to make a banner out of it. Like what is the theme of this baby shower? I don't know. So, I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, it could double down and you got your super money's worth. You got entertainment plus a banner, but I don't foresee myself doing that. We found this adult game called First and Last, the drinking game for competitive people to stay hydrated. And so I read a couple of the examples on the back and I was like, oh yes, definitely. So it says, listen closely. A rotating judge pulls the top card and reads it out loud. Act fast. Everyone else competes to do what the card says, and repeat until you and your friends are hydrated. So one of the examples is like someone would pull from the pile, and then they would read either the first side or the last side. And the first side said, first to lick their nose gives out a drink for having extraordinary talent. So if I was the person who pulled, I would read that out loud, and then the group of people with me, hopefully this is not, how many people does it say play this game at one time? Because it can't be that many because you'd have to have your eyes on them, you know? It says 3 to 20 plus players. There's no way. That's too many players. You can't see that many people. But yeah, so hopefully enough people that you could see. Whoever is able to lick their nose first gets to tell the other person to have a drink preferably, like, this game is not for shots, guys. So a drink. Let's just say a drink. A sip. A little sippy sip. The next thing I got already opened because I thought it was too cute. And I wanted to put it on my desk at work. But my desk is, I told you guys my work is pretty boring. But this is one of those things where, like, even though I would love to have a Disney office, I have so many other interests that I can't really nail down Disney. So I feel like my office is going to be like my nerding out area. And so for that, I got my Ghostbusters Trap. I thought this was cute. It's a miniature Ghostbusters Trap, and it says with light and sound. And it comes with a tiny sticker book, which I will be using. I put all my stickers in notebooks and stuff. I'm just not one of those people who collect stickers. It makes me sad to collect them because then they get unsticky and never used, and they're so cute, but they don't do anything. This has to replace batteries, battery safety. Yeah, okay. So this is just instructions. And I'm gonna take this out, but it does, like, it's so cute. It's like a mini scaled replica. And then on top, oh, is it not on? Oh, turn it on. Oh yeah, yeah. So on top, when you want to let the ghost in, obviously, you get too close, you get close enough to the ghost and you hit it with your foot. And it has the little lights, guys. I thought that was the cutest thing. And is this probably the most, I'm gonna call it useless because even though it's entertaining, it is useless item that I'm not one for useless items, but yes, that. And then this is Ghostbusters, the sticker book. It has some really cool stickers in there. It is from the original Ghostbusters, so there's none of the new looking stickers. This is decals for the Ghost Trap. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna show you one page of this. So you have the Jet Puff guy, and then you have the Ghostbusters car there. Yeah, super cute. So that goes in there. And that, this had to be like $5 regular price. It was super cheap. It's from a brand called RP Minis. So I'm guessing they make a lot of mini replicas. The only other thing that I want a replica of is inside of the DeLorean and Back to the Future, the thing that makes the car go. And then I have only 3 more items, believe it or not. Okay, so here I have a pack this list. I've always wanted a pack list, but when I leave for trips and stuff, which I told you guys, I started this channel during COVID, but typically I do travel pretty often. I usually make the list from scratch every single time, and then I lose that list. Don't ask me how. So I figured this one will go good. I'm gonna see, it's probably too close to the edge to hole punch it for my planner, because I do have a planner hole punch. But even if I hole punch it for my planner, I can still just go ahead and cross out the items that I use, like I did pack. So I'm gonna try that. I do have a trip coming up next month. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, next month. So I have this will come in handy almost immediately, and it has everything from your basics, clothes, miscellaneous, hygiene, and grooming. This is a knock knock stuff list, and I have plenty of their items, and I really do enjoy their items. So when I saw the packing list, I was like, ooh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, then I picked up this in the clearance section, and it is a Barnes & Noble exclusive because it is a compilation of works by Frederick Douglass. So it's a Frederick Douglass selected works, and this is so cute, and the color is perfect for, like, if you want to display it. I do plan on reading it. It's just a matter of when. It's a pretty solid book. I am an audiobook listener, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. This makes me nervous, but it was such a good deal, and I have always been genuinely curious about his work and wanted to read it. The first sentence is, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. So I was like, ooh, hooked, hooked, hooked. I want to read it, so hopefully I do. Because you see a lot of the items that I bought, even though it is a bookstore, a lot of the items I bought are items to do things with. And then this is just from a brand that I've always wanted a couple of books from their collection. They make a lot of regional books, and so you can find a lot of Georgia history books, and I'm a huge history fan. This is Black America in the Roaring 20s, or sorry, Black Atlanta in the Roaring 20s. I just said it was regional. And this is Images from America. This one in particular is written by Herman Skip Mason Jr. They are written by different people who would have been experts on the subject. This is a regular $21.99. So this actually is probably one of the most expensive items, because I think even the games were like $20 and then the discount. This was $21.99 before the discount. But I thought this was super cool. And these books, I've been reading them since probably I was in high school. So to finally own one is really great. And they have mostly pictures with like a little bit of they have mostly pictures with a little writing next to them. Oh, I can't read. Wait. You guys, I cannot wait to read this. This looks so good. Oh, my grandma's gonna love this. I might send it to her and see if she can send it back. Or I'll take it up there so she can read it. She would love this. Okay, at this point I'm talking to myself, so let me just show you some of the pictures. They have, I think they have a section about school because, you know, there's a lot of HBCUs here. They have a school section. They have everything. So this is gonna be so great. I cannot wait to read this. That'll probably get read first because of all the pictures. You guys, I forgot one item, so I'm gonna have to edit this video, but I got these cute little Golden Girls page clips, and these work even if you're like using your crossword puzzle, your coloring book. You can find your page much easier. So you have Dorothy, of course, Blanche, Rose, and Sophia. And then on the back, they have the names with like something that represents them. So Dorothy has a book, Blanche has a high heel, Rose has some sort of pie or something she made. And then Sophia has her cute little granny purse. So those are so cute. Yeah, so those will be used, like all four of them, almost instantly.